Okay, so just to start with, since you and I grew up in the same generation, same neighborhood, same people, if you were discussing to a complete stranger what our friends were like and what we were like as teenagers, how would you describe us?
What was great, about our crowd, the group we hung around with was the fact that all of us, none of us were like popular kids or any of that
Very
sort
true.
of thing. And we were, not misfits or anything, but just we weren't popular kids. But all of us had something, we brought something to the table. I mean, all of us.
I think Misfits would be open for today.
Well, yeah, hey, I ain't gonna debate that one, but hey, it's all that's to be loosely interpreted. But I mean, all of us brought something to the table because all of us were incredibly intelligent and had different various ways of expressing it, be it drawing, playing music, telling jokes, whatever it may be. We all
Like
had.
we discussed the other night about being a very creative
Yes, yeah, we
bunch
were a very creative lot. Yes.
in one way, shape, or form or another. So if you pretend I'm a 10-year-old kid and you're trying to really paint a picture of me, John, uh, Rob, Dave, the whole Coral Reefers bunch, and you're filming a movie. What are you seeing? I mean,
Bunch of
what are you seeing?
a bunch of pretty much a bunch of dorky kids, hanging out, having a good time. I mean, that's basically what it was. I mean, Lord knows, man, I've been 6 foot high and 100 and nothing pounds for a long time, so I was certainly not a jock or anything of that nature. But I mean, I don't know. It was just a creative thing. That's what connected us all was the creativity thing. Was the fact that we were all able to crack each other up, or
In school. In school. You know how like the movie The Breakfast Club.
shitty movie by the way, but
You really think it was
God, it was awful. But yeah,
too deep, right?
no, it
No, no,
was too
no,
shallow
right.
actually.
Oh,
I hated
we all know that there's truth to that movie
Oh yeah, but it was
because
the
everybody was divided into little groups.
Oh yeah,
right?
of course, Glitch, but it was the Brat
Okay,
Pack.
so
Over
you
my
had
head, so-
right. Okay, so you had what? You had the jock. You had the
No, there weren't no
rich
jocks among.
kid.
There weren't no jocks among us.
Right. No, that's what I'm getting at. What category did we fall into? The John Bender group,
The
the stoners, and the
well,
and
I
the.
honestly don't know what reference that is, but honestly, I can, in response to your question, I can say that as far as us as a group, I would say we were always like the creative, quiet, brainy types, when it came to being around the social majority, the mainstream type, because we were always like considered the freaks and whatnot.
Right, that's it. The freaks.
Yes,
The
we were
freaks
the
are the
freaks,
burnouts.
the
The
freaks,
burnouts,
the
or what they call the
burnouts.
burnouts.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Regardless of whether you
Right.
did drugs or not,
Right.
we
You
were
fell into
considered
the
a burnout.
rocker group.
Rocker
You're
groups,
the rocker
stoner.
groups, the stoner groups.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, something that I think just covers all of us is we were a group of displaced youths that were born 10 to 20 years
Yeah,
later
yeah, than we
we
should have been. Oh, absolutely. I know myself and John as well. I mean, we always knew that we were not in the right, this earth, later than we were meant to have been. And it just, that manifested itself through the way we just lived. I mean, like I said, we all, played something, drew something, we could, tell a good joke or, whatever the case may be. But we were always, generally in an age of computer games and everybody's hanging out at the arcade and doing dumb shit.
Absolutely.
We're sitting around, telling jokes and playing guitar and amusing ourselves.
We all had one thing in common too, aside from the creativity, and I really think that was the music and how nostalgic we all were. We weren't listening to the new crowd.
Oh God, because the era we grew up in, there was nothing but crap. I mean, come on, the mid '80s, the '80s in general was a musical vacuum. I mean, what are we gonna do? Listen to Huey Lewis, man? I mean, come on. There's Led Zeppelin out there.
Okay, but not all of the '80s bands were bad.
But let's just say the vast majority, because there's Stevie Ray Vaughan who came around, and by the way, Stevie Ray Vaughan on my shirt, which John Russell gave me, by the way, as a present. Thank you, brother. But
I didn't even realize that shirt was on your shirt.
that's the purpose of me wearing
We
it.
didn't like the 80s band
No,
in the 80s.
no,
That group of people and those that genre of movies that came out,
oh yes,
we didn't like
was
them. They were very popular.
It was a cultural vacuum.
And they're good movies, they got good stories and all that, but
It was a cultural vacuum.
right, we were looking at stuff from the 60s and 70s,
Okay, well, right. No, that's what I'm saying.
And
We
not
didn't go
watching
around
TV and stuff.
dressing up
Right.
like Madonna and Boy
Some
George.
people
and
did. Some people
Of
did.
course they did,
Yeah.
but not our.
Not
Yeah.
not
Oh no,
Not our game.
that was what was
Right.
exclusive about
Well,
our little.
the pop
group,
culture was what it was. It wasn't.
We
and
we
were no part of
maintained.
it.
Yes,
no part of it.
we wanted no part of that.
No part of it.
No.
We wanted no part.
But
of
what-
that
We were
mainstream.
touring with the Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead, exactly.
And they were very popular.
And they were.
And
but
so was
they
Cyndi
were-
Lauper.
did you tour with the Dead?
I went a couple shows, not as much as Russell and Chris and John did, but yeah, I went a couple times.
Yeah,
Tell me
I-
about the. Okay, to be honest, I have to be honest. I was never a Dead fan.
Neither
Never,
was I.
never.
And you wouldn't have been a part of our group.
Never, never, never. No, I was, but I
Neither
just
was
the
I. I
Dead was
couldn't
not my
stand. I
thing.
couldn't
And if
stand
I
the
had to
music. I
be-
just loved the singing.
Well, yeah, you could.
Well, no, because if I heard Sugar Magnolia one more time, back then
Oh,
I
we-
was gonna vomit.
We didn't like the
Really?
popular
Thank
ones.
you.
Yeah, Casey Jones, everybody hated
Yeah,
those.
It was the rest. I get it.
It was
I
all
get
the
it.
other good
Uncle
music.
John's band.
Don't kick the rug. It'll move the camera. Yeah. Move the camera. Oh, is that what this is?
You must drink. You must drink.
So you went on
Grateful Dead
Tour,
tour.
yeah.
Yes, 85 through 1990 or 91. I forget when I dropped
you
out.
went on the road for 6 years.
Every
No,
year
not
they'd have
every
like
summer
tours
tour,
every summer.
summer tour,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
summer tour
Oh,
was
I
a
see.
ritual.
So you're talking a couple months.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
anything about
no,
those.
seriously, I'm just explaining stuff.
Well, they had the early shows, like spring shows, and all the way to the fall. Yeah, some people followed all. Yeah,
Oh yeah, they
most
were
people
kind
had a job and
they-
could only go to
but,
maybe
yeah.
5 or 10 shows.
the kids that were living in their VW
Yeah, some
buses,
people, that was
they
their
were-
life. Yeah.
because they had fall,
Deadheads.
winter, spring, summer tours. I mean, they were cashing in on that thing. They weren't good. They were because they weren't
How-
making shit out of the
So
studio.
so roughly over a summer tour, how many
How many shows?
shows are you talking about?
Like 20
Like 20
per
shows.
tour, something like that. Maybe more, maybe 30. Yeah. And then later in the fall tour, it was another 20 or
So
whatever.
it was
shows.
weekend to weekend. Or
It was like
No,
some
no,
nights
no,
they-
there's
they-
weeknight shows. You'd have probably
They'd go to
24
Atlanta and they'd
shows.
do 3 or 4 shows
Yeah,
in
you'd
Atlanta.
have probably
Then they'd
3.
go like to North Carolina and do 3 or 4 shows there. Then they'd go to Madison Square Garden and do 5 shows there.
Right, and
You
they'd
know.
have generally. I mean, if you were touring with them and just following them around, you would have 3-4 shows a week, you know, unless they were doing a run in a major city like New York, where they would do 5, 6, 7 nights in a row. But if you were just on the road, it was 3 or 4 nights a week, and you would follow, you know, they do Philadelphia, and then you go, you
I
know,
think that's your
Wednesday
friend.
night.
I think your friend is here.
Wednesday, okay, yeah, okay. We, yeah.
No, keep talking. I can edit all that.
Oh, okay. Anyhow, I'm sorry, but
Okay,
you know,
so no, you're talking about a sketch. So did you ever go on the road, touring the Dead with John?
yeah, absolutely. We did. As a matter of fact, we did a few runs. The first one, I believe, was '88. We went.
Which would have been the year we broke up.
Oh,
Well, we
okay.
broke up. I mean, not that it matters, but that was my senior year, and that was the year we split.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Please
So-
excuse
Go
me.
on.
I darn it, I missed the Dead. Anyway, okay, so go ahead.
Anyhow, '88.
So
really
88.
sticks out in my brain because it was great. Because we went up to. We traveled. You know, John and I. He was driving his mom's car, this big old boat of an LTD, and we
I
were
remember.
the gold one.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. And he was driving that, and it was me, him, this cat Dorian, and another guy, Sajan.
I
Good
remember
dude,
now.
yeah, Sajan, you know. And we rode up there in Sajan, man. His feet smelled, man. We made, you know, we were stuck in a hotel, man. We made him leave his shoes in the hallway, and somebody stole them. But that's another story. But no, we went up '88. First time, it was a spring tour. We went up on to Atlanta to see them, the Dads at the Omni Theater, and it was apparently, I don't know because I was not there, or I was there but I was not in the show. But I'm sorry, I was adding emphasis. 'Cause
You were there, but oh.
I had scored a ticket in the parking lot. Cost me $35, $1988.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, $35, and I had a ticket in my pocket. And somehow, when it came time to go into the show, the ticket was gone, and I ended up tripping my balls off and very angry in the parking lot. So,
Well, think of another time. A
Something-
happy time with
something-
John.
yeah.
well, she asked the question. I was just answering.
Yeah, something I want to say I heard that story before.
Oh yeah, because it made me
I'm
mad.
pretty sure. Well, yeah, I'd be
I
mad
got stuck
too.
in the parking lot and tripping
So
with
you-
no ticket.
So you
What
went.
about a show you got in? Tell, yeah.
Hey, well, the following night at the Omni, I managed to make it in that evening,
Oh,
and,
cool.
and one hell of a pro. You know, that was one hell of a show right there.
So that was '88. Did you guys do?
89, 90, 91.
And all those you did with John.
Yeah. Those we traveled, you know, from place to place, and you know, we did summer. It was East Coast, you know. No, actually, we did do a bit of West, you know, Midwest, and even into the West. No, we did make it to the West. I remember seeing a show in Berkeley.
Do you know how many different states you went to? If you had to think about it, or you have to look at them out.
I had to look at that. It's a lot.
We'll do that.
I mean,
Remind me and we'll do
100,
that.
you
You
know,
know what?
100
I'm gonna write that down.
100.
I think
All right, let's say I paused it.
Yes, you
He's
can.
Oh,
here.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Bye.
Dude, what's up, bro? Sorry, man. Just filming a documentary, man.